Well, good evening, everybody. So glad you're all able to make it tonight. My name is Becky, and I'll be working with y'all as a family therapist. Could I have all of your names?
My name is Clarinda. I'm her aunt.
Cindy. Cindy, nice to meet you.
I'm
Yeah, nice to meet you. And I'm sorry, nice to meet you too, Clarinda. So while we're getting started here, I would like to have each of you just to describe the family and how it works. How does a family work in your mind?
Well, I'll go first.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Great.
Yeah. So Cindy is my stepdaughter. And probably about 2 years ago, her father and I got married. And she's just been very unruly, and she has no structure in her life, and she does whatever she wants.
Why don't you talk about the family and not just that's what she is.
Okay. And in the family, she just doesn't really participate in chores or hold up her end of the bargain.
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt, but I'm going to ask that we don't interrupt each other. We just have that rule here that nobody talks over the others because it makes it really hard to maintain your flow of thinking, and I want to give everybody equal time and to share their part.
I have 2 additional daughters that are biologically mine, and they are willing to clean up after themselves, do their laundry, do their dishes, and mainly I'm just asking that we get Cindy to help with this and pick up her side of the bargain instead of putting it all on us while she sits in a room or just goes wandering about.
So you've had those expectations of your daughters. Right, well, I'm going to give Cindy an opportunity now. Would you please share? So just to reiterate, what I'm asking you is to describe the family and how you think it works.
I have 2 sisters now, step-sisters. My dad is basically pussy whipped.
I didn't teach her that one.
Yeah, you did though, because you said it.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I just want to go over the ground rules once one more time. Not to interrupt, and if we could add one more ground rule, we don't use language that might be offensive to anybody in the family. Puts anybody out the deep.
Okay, I'm sorry, whatever. Anyway, so my dad, he never made me do any of this stuff before, and so now he's trying to say that she can boss me around even though she's not my mom, right? She's not my mom, and so she likes to say that I'm lazy and say that I don't do anything or whatever, but I didn't change. The only thing that changed is now I have 3 more women living in my house, and of course it's going to be messy, but why is that my fault? Yeah. So, yeah.
I understand what you're saying. Would you say that expectations for cleaning up after yourself and helping around the house were placed on you? Or is this something?
No, but I'm not a slob. And she even said herself, I stay in my room or I leave the house. So why should I have to clean up after everybody else?
Okay.
I think there's an odor coming from your room, though. You probably should cook.
My space, not your problem.
That's not judgment, sorry. My house, I like to keep it clean.
Actually, it's my dad's house.
You're lucky it's not your house. Just, Clarinda hasn't had a chance to talk, and Clarinda, if you remember, I would like you to describe how you feel like the family works.
Okay, so my brother, Cindy's father, they met literally 2 years ago, because within a day he proposed to her. So
That's not true.
I'm sorry for that, but
it's not your turn. It's my turn. So anyway, she found out that he did the win at the castle, and so he's making bank now, and all of a sudden they're engaged, and her children move into the house. Just totally mess up the dynamics, mess up the culture of the house. It's just completely flipped around, and this expectation of all of a sudden Cindy, because Cindy's father travels a lot now, all of a sudden there's this expectation that Cindy is exactly like a clone of her daughters, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. There was no collaboration, there was no working together to figure out a new normal. It was like, this is how we do it, this is how you're gonna fit into my family, even though it's not her family anymore, it's their family.
That's a very good point. And in my experience in family therapies, it can be very challenging when you blend families, especially with step children and step siblings. I've heard, from each of you, and I think you've, for the most part, shared respectfully. I'd love for us to meet again, of course, if you're all willing to come back again. I think in the meantime, I'd like for you to try to put yourself in another person's shoes. You don't have to try to imagine each person's like your stepsisters and your stepmoms, but just try to imagine what it would be like if you were entering a situation like this and how it might feel.
Free house, free everything. That sounds great.
Cindy, just
I don't know why it's a problem.
maybe more of the challenges that you might face if you were.
But I also just don't understand, like, we had people that cleaned up, and then she moved in, and those people are gone.
So you're facing a big change and feeling a sense of loss because of this change.
I don't know what I'm feeling, but it's not good.
So do you think we can work on that? Try to, Fiona, if you could imagine what it might be like for Cindy to go from having her father out to herself to having to share with his new wife and stepdaughters. And Clarinda, I don't know who I can ask you to imagine the story or the position.
She knows the whole story.
She knows the whole story, but if you could try to put yourself in the position of one of the people whose opinions you don't exactly agree with just yet.
Might I interject a moment?
Certainly.
I feel like it's very difficult for her to step in a position, seeing as she's only married, she doesn't have children. She never has had additional bodies in her house, aside from throwing an elaborate party. She has no stance on what it's like having children or what it's like.
She's my mom, so she is a mom.
I understand your position.
She has no understanding of it and how
You make a good point, but for this exercise, I just want everybody to try to find, to see themselves in another position to try to be empathetic.
Which I can agree with. I'm just saying, I feel like it's very difficult to be told how to run a family when I have been told I'm allowed to run a family and the household, and having someone not understand it, trying to correct me.
I would just like to point out, I don't have my own children, correct? I pretty much am raising this one though, because she's not doing it. And also, don't throw shade because I can have parties and you just moved in. And also, another thing, it's not your family. Like, you have to figure out how to parent all 3 children equally with the equal amount of love and the equal amount of respect.
How can I do that when she's not in the
I'm
house?
still talking.
When she's not
I'm
under
talking, it's not your turn.
Go ahead.
You need to respect all 3 children equally, and you need to love all 3 children equally.
Linda, I respect your opinions. It'd probably be best if you didn't literally point figures and tell somebody what they are or are not doing. But I can understand your position very well. I mean, you were in charge of helping raise Cindy for the entire time before. So I can understand your sense of frustration and loss. This is why I want to
Sorry, ladies.
offer this idea for this exercise. So can we close with that and just agree that we'll each try to come next week with some empathy for the other parts of the family?
I'm not gonna promise anything, but sure.
Thank you very much, and that's actually refreshingly honest, and I appreciate it. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Becky.